Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Dom, and you are watching Global News. Hurricane Helene tracker. Models show path toward Florida Panhandle, prompting evacuations. The governors of North Carolina and South Carolina declared states of emergency, and the Tampa International Airport announced it was suspending operations ahead of Helene's arrival. Helene strengthened into a hurricane on Wednesday as forecasters warned it could become a major Category 3 or 4 storm before it makes landfall along Florida's Gulf Coast late Thursday. The storm is expected to bring catastrophic and deadly storm surge to a large portion of Florida and the Southeast, the National Hurricane Center warned. Storm surge could reach as high as 20 feet, officials said. The governors of Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina declared states of emergency ahead of Helene's arrival. The Tampa International Airport announced that it will suspend operations on Thursday. Multiple counties in Florida issued mandatory evacuation orders for people in low-lying areas. Residents in the storm's potential path have been told to prepare for up to a week without electricity. It's a big storm, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said at a press briefing Wednesday. Many people will lose power. Be prepared for that. Where is the storm and what is its path? According to the National Hurricane Center's latest advisory, Helene, with maximum sustained winds of 85 miles per hour, is located about 460 miles southwest of Tampa, Fla, and is moving north at 12 miles per hour. The storm is expected to rapidly intensify and come ashore along the Gulf Coast of Florida as a Category 3 or 4 storm, with maximum sustained winds exceeding 111 miles per hour. Damaging hurricane-force winds are expected along portions of the coast of the Florida Big Bend, where a hurricane warning is now in effect, the Hurricane Center said. Preparations to protect life and property should be complete by early Thursday. In addition to high winds, the storm will threaten millions of residents along the Gulf Coast with up to 12 inches of rainfall, as well as the possibility of tornadoes. Before it heads up into the Gulf of Mexico, Helene will bring heavy rain to portions of the Western Caribbean, potentially mudslides and flooding across western Cuba. The system will also pose the threat of inland flooding across several U.S. states. Considerable flash and urban flooding is expected across portions of Florida, the Southeast, Southern Appalachians, and the Tennessee Valley Wednesday through Friday, the National Hurricane Center said. There is the potential for a life-threatening storm surge along the entire Florida peninsula, the Weather Service warned. A peak storm surge of up to 20 feet is possible along portions of Florida's Gulf Coast. How is Florida preparing? DeSantis expanded a state of emergency on Tuesday to 61 counties ahead of the storm. Helene is expected to make landfall near the Big Bend region of the Florida Panhandle, which was pummeled by Hurricane Debby earlier this season. The declaration allows the state to execute its comprehensive emergency management plan, allowing the use of resources for any logistical, rescue, or evacuation operations. Now is the time to make an emergency plan, know your evacuation zone, and be as prepared as possible for the storm, DeSantis said in a post on X. DeSantis expanded a state of emergency on Tuesday to 61 counties ahead of the storm. Helene is expected to make landfall near the Big Bend region of the Florida Panhandle, which was pummeled by Hurricane Debby earlier this season. The declaration allows the state to execute its comprehensive emergency management plan, allowing the use of resources for any logistical, rescue, or evacuation operations. Now is the time to make an emergency plan, know your evacuation zone, and be as prepared as possible for the storm, DeSantis said in a post on X. Many cities and counties in Florida opened designated sites for residents to fill sandbags ahead of the storm. Like, share, and subscribe to Global News for more global news.